Tell y'all something. A real grown woman, a real baddie, she don't wait on a man for nothing. She not gonna wait on no man for no purse. She not gonna wait on no man for no trip. She not gonna wait on no man to put her in a house, apartment, or nothing. She gonna get that shit on her own. Real grown women, we don't wait on no man to give us a lifestyle. We gonna give ourselves that lifestyle. We're gonna give ourselves that princess treatment, because if we wait, we're gonna be waiting forever. And just as fast as can give it to you, he'll snatch it all away. So you gotta have your own at the end of the day. A real grown woman, she gonna have her own everything, and she's not waiting on the man to do nothing for her. See them broke girls, or them girls who just, they gonna wait on her. But me, real grown woman, I ain't waiting on the thing. I'm gonna get it myself, and whatever a man do for me, it's just extra.
You know what type of man you have to be for a woman like us to allow you to lead? Talk about that.
That's the real issue. I don't
talk about that. The thing about it is,
that's why I'm fucking hiring a chef and I'm out here getting it.
Quiet as kept. We would. I would bet my money we would succumb to it all for a man who could lead.
You're right.
I would bet money on the fact that I think if we were presented with the opportunity to be with a man who was just a man in every way, who just
follow
just
God,
was that, and that was, and his only request was like, stay home and just, you know, watch the kids and make some food. It's nothing more than we want than to be comfortable in our own femininity. Our masculinity is a defense tactic.
Yep.
For whenever we feel threatened, or
like,
we feel like, or we feel overwhelmed, or we feel not protected, or we feel not loved, or not seen, or not heard, is when we have this defense mechanism where we're like, hey, yo, bro, I'm not, nah. Fuck out of here. Like, and we get all tough, and I got it. You don't got to do nothing. I got it. You're not going to do this? That's cool. I'm going to get this money, and I'm going to do this, that, and third, so you don't have the time.
Yeah.
But if a man really came in to your world and made you comfortable, like, listen, you don't got to do that. You ever had a man like, yo, fix your face?
A few moments later.
Like, yo, I'm sitting on this couch, but for real, I'm broken in this season. Like, I can say that safe here on this podcast, and you know, the shit I have told you I've been through. This is probably the hardest season I've ever gone through publicly or in my life.
First step in that is just understanding what your role is with people. Your role is maintenance, not manufacturing. And I would equate it to like buying a car, right? Like when I buy a car, when I buy it, I expect it to be serviceable when I get it, right? My job is if a tire go flat, I change the tire. If a light go out, I change the light. But all of these things are happening under my watch. But if I buy a car and it's not functionable when I get it,
laws against that.
What the hell am I doing with that car to begin with? You see what I'm saying?
If you know anything about women, especially attractive women, a lot of them are broken. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women are broken. I say all women, not even attractive women. Average women like me, Simone, attractive women, women are broken. They've all gone through things because you know what? The majority of us as men would be broken if we were women. If we didn't have such resolve, we'd be broken. If we didn't have such strength, we'd be broken. If we didn't have such a warrior mentality, we'd be broken. We would, bruh. We'd be broken.
That is my prayer recently. Like, God, please don't change my heart. Like, yo, I'm sitting on this couch, but for real, I'm broken in this season. Like, I can say that safe here on this podcast, and you know, the shit I have told you I've been through. This is probably the hardest season I've ever gone through publicly or in my life. Like, I'm really broken in this season, and for you to say that and notice that in me, I appreciate that so much, because that has been my prayer. I do not want my heart to change. I don't want my optimism to change. I don't want to see the glass half empty. And I'm trying so hard not to be bitter and mad and angry, but I am broken right now. I really, really am. Like, it is hard for me to walk in that door and be like, hey, y'all. Like,
Can I give you a word? Don't harden your heart. This past Sunday, I don't know why that spoke to me so much. I didn't know we were going to be in this moment. But when you hear him speaking to you, move. Don't harden your heart. And it's okay. It's okay to feel broken. You're not broken. It's okay to feel that way.
To feel it.
We appreciate your vulnerability.
I appreciate you saying that.
So don't ever doubt that a woman is truly broken, because as strong as a woman tries to be, they're not strong like that. They're weak, fragile, and easily broken. If you have any masculine energy and you deal with women, it don't even women who may not even be the most feminine with somebody else, they all show you their vulnerable side. I have never known a woman who didn't have something in her life that had broken her. And many times they weren't healed. So they carry that brokenness with them through their lives. And then they finally get to a point where they're older and then they start getting counseling. Well, the problem is you need counseling for your daily life. You don't ever go back and fix those issues. You need counseling for life now. So let me keep it a buck with y'all, man. I had counseling as a teenager. I'm talking about real counseling as a teenager. For all the things that I had dealt with, that I didn't understand. Mostly is misunderstanding. All the things I didn't understand from childhood and growing up as a teenager. I'm talking about, man, before high school. Like 13, man, I had counseling at 13. And so what I was being counseled for was I was in the same period of life. So I didn't wait till adulthood to try to go back and deal with my childhood issues, because now you would have had relationship issues and you would have had, societal issues, and you would have had that run-in with the police, and you would have had, anytime you were into it with the ops, and you would have had the fallings out with family, and you would have had the bad relationship experiences if you've had those, and you never go back and fix that. So I don't want to know if a woman is getting counseling now. I want to know, did she get counseling then? Was there someone in her life who cared enough to give her counseling then? Was there somewhere, was she in an environment where she had access to that? Because I know the difference. Like, you can't fix that old stuff. There's too much stuff on top of it. So you hear someone like Charlemagne, we hear Charlemagne talk. Charlemagne is overly effeminate because he thinks that's the way to solve the issues that he can't get over. A woman who's been through something, you know what she'll be? She'll be overly aggressive. She'll be overly detached. She'll be unable to attach more so than the average woman who hasn't gone through those things, because that's her defense mechanism. You don't want to deal with the woman who's in defense mechanism mode. You can never do that. So you got to have that counseling before you get into adult life, to where you start adulting, because with adulting come a totally different set of circumstances. That time you had the boss who was talking to you sideways. You had a choice to make. Either you stood there and took it, which crushed your manhood and you died like a coward, or you stood up for yourself and you lost that job, and it may have financially put you in a situation for a minute, but you lived like a soldier instead of dying like a coward. You know how a soldier lives? A soldier lives through vigilance. A soldier lives through being prepared for battle whenever the battle is brought his way. A soldier dies in the heat of battle, a physical death. A coward dies a mental and emotional death. That's a totally different way of dying. You get to stay living in this world, but you live in such fear because you know the kind of person that you are. And you know that life is going to have a way of turning around and repaying you for those things. All right, this next clip. So when you look at a woman like B. Simone, man, you see her lashing out at men all of this time. 9 times out of 10, when a woman is broken, it has something to do. The core of it, down at the core, it is 9 times out of 10, it has something to do with her interaction with a man. 9 times out of 10, it does. And her only recourse, if she can't get back at that man, is to lash out at men. So a lot of the things you see out here, man, it's because women aren't in a proper mental and emotional state. And I think as a man, you have to understand that. You have to understand that it's okay to look at a woman and say she's not whole, and I'm not going to deal with her while she's not whole. Because if you're whole and she's not, you're not going to be whole if you deal with her. It's not about giving or taking. It's about everyone being whole. If I'm whole and she's whole, all we do, we're whole together. So we have an energy together where we can create a scenario and an environment that we both love. If I'm whole and she's not, all she could do is come in and drain my energy. To be in a relationship with a woman who's not whole, you got to give so much of yourself that you're not whole. There has to be a proper balance in the relationship. You can't have a relationship that you want to be 100% successful and you got 50%, she got 40%. Y'all missing 10. You can't get to 100 with 50 and 40. You need 10 from somewhere. I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know if she gonna hit the block or you gonna get some pop. I don't know what gonna happen, but y'all had to do something. But the bottom line is, if she's whole, you're whole, y'all bring 100% together, bam, you're 100%. You cannot beat it. You cannot beat that, and you gotta have that. That's the only way it works. And if a woman is broken, man, she just can't give you that. She can't give you that. And if you put yourself in that situation, you just must know that you're going to be carrying, you're going to willingly and knowingly look at the relationship and know you're carrying the relationship, know you're not getting anything from the woman, and you're going to stay with her anyway. Why? Because now you let her drain so much of your energy that the only time you feel complete is when you with her. So you think the relationship is good. She's still running on fumes over there. She ain't quite complete. She running on your energy to combine with all the other masculine energy she got in her over the years. And now you sitting over here running half full. So when she comes around, you get your masculinity back that's in her now. So you feel good when y'all together. She act like she can't stand it. That's why you hear these men saying, man, I thought everything was good. You hear these men saying, I thought everything was going so good. I thought we were happy. I didn't know she was miserable like this. I didn't know she wanted to get a divorce. I thought we were about to renew our vows and all of that. He thinking all of that because he feel complete when she around. She feel complete when he's around. You got to understand energy exchange, man.